All right, guys, welcome back to Mod Pop Thrift. My name's Tom. I'm a full-time eBay reseller and a stay-at-home dad for my 6 children. And boy, has it been a banner handful of days. I have 26 items to ship out now for $934.96. So not only do I have more orders than I normally have at 10:30 on a Thursday night, I also have they're a lot bigger items. So my ASP is like $35 and change. And that may be partially because several of these orders were like a couple of a couple of things that were medium priced that the buyer bought a whole bunch of. So I'm going to try it. With that many orders, I just need to be quick. Let me go grab a handful of things and then we'll get right into it. This first shirt is not something I necessarily would pick up, but a buddy of mine that does a little bit of picking bought FMF. Evidently it's motocross, and it's got like the big front patch, but then it's also got a sleeve and then this off-center back hit. So it's a good shirt. I got it in trade for a bunch of, he got me a bunch of stuff and I traded him a PS2 Slim. And that sold for $10.90 plus shipping. So the buyer's all in at a little over 18. This was Levi's jacket 2 years ago and it's out. He's outgrown it. Asher hasn't grown into it and probably wouldn't wear it anyway. Vintage starter, boys XL, boys large. Cool piece. If it was big enough for an adult, it would be worth over $100. Youth size sold for $21.60 plus shipping. I've been doing a lot more plus shipping. Not that I don't believe in free shipping, but like if I would have priced that at $29.99 free shipping, I just have been trying out doing cheap and adding shipping to see what happens, instead of a little bit more, like shirts I'll add $3 on top of what I want to price and then do free shipping, because it might cost me $4, it might cost me $5, but it's not going to cost me $6 or $7 to ship a t-shirt. Anyway, my wife's cousin hit a gold mine on Facebook Marketplace and Game Boy games, and so he kept what he wanted to keep, and then he's like, if you'll pay me half of price charting value for these, he's like, can you sell these for me and we'll split the money? And I'm like, how about I pay you, how about we assess the value, you know what price charting is, why don't I pay you half of price charting for the games, and then you don't have to worry about if they never sell or if getting paid out for one at a time or the rigmarole. It's just easier to give him $60 for these games because they price chart out at $120. But then that was today, and these three sold for $63 to the same buyer, and then same guy came in and bought the other one that sold, but these three sold for $63. Conker's Pocket Tales. Conker's Bad Fur Day is a rated MA game, and it's pretty rare for the 64. So if you see this character Conker on a game, sometimes they're pretty collectible. This one doesn't go for a lot. I think it's $15 or $20. Kirby. This one is a really good, fun game. If it hadn't sold, it wouldn't have broken my heart. But we don't really play a lot of this Game Boy. I'll play several other handhelds, but this old school Game Boy's not so much. Kirby and this Island, Adventure Island, which is a really good game for the NES. I've never played it on Game Boy, but he checked all of these games, made sure that they worked, and they did. So those three sold for $63, essentially $20 a piece. And then this one sold for $22 all by itself. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Back from the Sewers. And those all sold together. And then there's one other game that's a Ninja Turtles game that sells for $55 that I still have listed. And I paid him his part, his half of all of that. I wouldn't necessarily recommend anybody just blanket spend half of retail value on anything to sell, but these are video games. They're going to sell fast, and this is family. So I'm going to take care of him, and we're really good friends. Besides him being my wife's cousin, we're actually really good friends too. So, but anyway, those video games sold in the same day. Jelly Bean from Jelly Belly stopped at a yard sale and got a whole bunch of weird advertisement stuff. I think I showed you guys this when I got it. I got it some clog, like neon sign and metal signs. I got a bunch of weird stuff that day from that weird dude. Oh, and then this t-shirt. I bought this a long time ago, 3-4 years ago. Has the Lee brand tag in the t-shirt, and then it says Lee Strut Sunset Event, Huntington Beach Show, HD Lee Company, and down here it says HD Lee Huntington Beach. I don't know. It's skater culture stuff, or maybe it's surf culture stuff, because it's like surfer, bikini girls, Woody Carr, strange shirts. Been around forever, since before I lived here, and probably early on in the other house. 3 or 4 years that has been here, and eventually did sell for $9 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $16. Here's another thing out of the death pile. It's just this bag. It's I don't even know how many, 15. Like, they're before Imaginext or a knockoff of Imaginext, but they're all Star Wars figures. Sold for $9.99 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $23. So I'm really curious. Those have only been listed handful of days. Really curious where they're going. Utah. That feels like a lot of shipping to go to Utah. Oh, I had them at 2 pounds, 10.84. No, I mean, that's what they are. They're going to cost me $8 to ship. I'm not going to pick this one up. There's no point in it. There's a typewriter right here underneath the desk. It's not light. Sold for $100 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $151. Cool typewriter. I had 2 typewriters over there. Typewriters are such a pain in the butt. They're huge. They have to be tested thoroughly, and they'd been in the death pile for a year and a half. And then I listed them both, and they both, this week, I listed them at the same time. So the one that sold on the last What Sold video and this one, they were both listed on the 18th. Today is 21st. So they both sold within a day or two. So typewriters, old typewriters can do really well. Functional typewriters can do really, really well. $30 for this station charger. Man, I don't know where I got this thing. I remember I was super excited when I found it. But at any rate, sold for $30 free shipping. And then this is like a measuring cup with a lid, Mickey Mouse feet and Mickey Mouse ears. Came from the Disney parks. It says Disney parks on it. Sold for $7.50 plus shipping. I think I paid $1 for it at the at a yard sale probably a year and a half ago. The monster truck sold this piece, which is the front motor that allows for turning, like the, and then the back motor that is the power, and these two sold for $39.98 to the same buyer, international shipping, but somehow they managed to combine these two orders. I don't know how you do that. I've never bought anything international shipping, but I've had complaints from international customers because they're not able to combine. So that one's $39.98. Buyers all in at $58. And I think that only includes my shipping amount. And then all 8 spring shocks off of both trucks. He came in and bought later, and he paid $40 to me for these, 34 plus shipping, so $40 on those. So this is $98 worth of parts for that big truck, and I'm going to ship. I cannot ship, because these are going to Glendale, to the international eBay international hub. I can't combine these with those because they have different tracking for the international hub. So I'll have to ship those separately, but I live an hour drive, maybe an hour and a half from Glendale. So that's quick for me, and cheap shipping. So that's fun. So I'm selling through parts for those monster trucks pretty quickly. I made no money selling the tires. Like, I essentially got to, like, it was $2 and it was a box that I had to buy for it. So the first set of tires I sold, I made no money. So I'm going to have to reevaluate selling those, maybe do them like, because they went to like Southern California, which is a corner of the country. So maybe I'll have to do them like $15 plus shipping, but instead of 35 free shipping or something. They cost a fortune to ship because they were huge. Let's go find some more stuff. Okay, and we're moving on. PlayStation 2, or maybe this is PS1. PS1. This is a later, like a smaller, when it says the one is spelled out. Reasonably rare ish. Like, you don't see these that are the dual shock style with the white. Normally they're gray. Sold for $12 free shipping. Hardly worth discussing. Let's move on to this dirty shirt. Double stitch, but still on that mid-90s tag. This is Fab 4. If it's the Fab 5, then it includes Pluto, and Sensational 6 includes Daisy. But Daisy in this wouldn't make it the Fab 5. She is the 6th character. Unfortunately for her, she gets replaced by a dog. Made in USA. Just kind of dingy. I don't know where it came from. If it was a little bit bigger, I might have OxyCleaned it and tried to keep it. It's pretty cool. Sold for $9.99 plus shipping. Buyers all in it. $20. This was just with the regular plush at my Goodwill. So I paid $2 and it sold for $19 free shipping. It was listed on September 17th. So I would have said 6 weeks. It's been a bit more than that. This shirt I got a long time ago, like, well, maybe even 2 summers ago. I thought it would go. It's a 2XL. And it's got this big diesel engine on the front of it. And then it's got the other side of that big diesel engine on the back. Mossville, I live like a block from Mossville Road, where this Caterpillar plant is located that makes these engines. And this sold for $15 plus shipping. I wonder where it's going. Going to Center, Arkansas. Never heard of it. How about Children Avert Your Eyes? Big Johnson t-shirt wears. World's largest fire hose. There were a lot of those cheeky brands. Big Johnson was one. Coed Naked. Those kind of things don't do super well. I would have suspected that they would do better as vintage shirts. This sold for $20. I had it listed for $35, and then I put it on sale for $29, and I went back and forth with this buyer for a while to get to $20 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $26. And that I got at the same time as that FMF shirt at the very beginning. So I don't even actually have money into that. That I got as part of a trade deal This I paid $2 for at a garage sale a long time ago. Zelda, and I know it's been Wind Waker HD. It's little, probably a men's medium. Yeah, men's medium. $9.90 free shipping, aka not worth selling, which sucks because I mean it's Zelda Wind Waker. You would assume that it would be good, and I'm sure I didn't comp it. This was in the death pile. The Indians of Southeast United States. It's a textbook. $19 plus free shipping. And the deal with that is there were lots of them listed for $60, $70, $80. And I looked in Terapeak and there were none sold for a long time. And, but some of them were sold around like 30. So I was like, I'm pulling this out of the death pile. It's found money. I want it to sell. Maybe it'll sell to somebody who thinks that they can flip it for 50. $20 is grandiose okay for me. Paid $5 a piece for these earrings, and I bought 3 sets of them. Minnie Mouse in her scarf and earmuffs, except they're not on her ears, her earmuffs. And Mickey Mouse in a Santa hat. I got 2 pairs of these to give these to my wife and then sell these 2. And they sold for $24.29 free shipping, which means that I paid $15 for all 3. And I'll just probably right at break even on the ones that I'm giving to the wife. 2 more of these power pads sold. This $22 free shipping, and the other one sold for $18 free shipping, which that's kind of gonna suck for $18 free shipping because they're not cheap to ship, but they're not terrible. San Antonio, Texas, $7.50. So cool. So 18, I mean, I'm still not making much money, but those were in the death pile and I was going to donate them. And I'm like, nah, let's actually sell them. All right, got a handful more things. We're almost home, folks. We're almost there. This shirt, Unk brand, that U with the basketball thing in it. Y2K, NBA clothing, Golden State Warriors. This is like a hooded baseball jersey. And it's very indicative of hip-hop wear from the 90s, early 90s. But this is definitely not that old. I got it off Whatnot. It's a cool piece. I would have expected it to sell faster and for more money. Sold for $13 plus shipping. Buyers all in at $23. This piece of wood right here, and the match right here behind it, is the pedestal off the bottom of the Clips speakers. So I'll put up a picture of the Clips speakers, and they are a wood box with that frame on the bottom. I pulled those off, put them up for $99, and they sold on an offer for $80, free shipping to a guy in Canada. So I just have to ship them to Chicago area. This here, and so this is another parted out thing. This sold for $30 free shipping. Because of this bar, it's going to kind of suck and I may not make a whole lot of money on it, but it's something that I can sell for decent money and have, and it's part of a lot. I mean, I paid $6, $7 for this, and I sold it's a juicer and it has a catch thing to catch the juice that comes out of the mechanism. And the juicer sold for, or the catcher sold for like $28, and this sold for $30. Now I might only make $6 when it's all said and done shipping that thing, but it's $6 that I was already, it's kind of like, it's a little bit of a headache to ship. So sometimes I don't list the motor because it's a pain in the butt, but this time I did because I like to have lots of listings. Little Batman buttons, Joker, Batman. This one says, beware the power of the bat. And then there's a couple of other Batman buttons. All 5 of these I got from Josh the Hairy Tornado on his Whatnot Live. I bought a whole box that had hundreds and hundreds of these buttons in it. And I think I paid $35 for the whole box. These sold for $9.68 plus shipping, buyers all in it, $16.77. And I have 2 more of that same lot available. So yeah, that, folks, is all of it. All of those orders. Thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping up with me. Thanks for encouraging me to continue doing this and in all of the works. Hopefully I feel like we're getting it turned around, like things are aiming up. I mean, it's Q4, so things are going to get better just based on that. But I think we're getting there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thanks for following, clicking the bell. We'll see you on the next one.